Hi, this is Sweet June. How's everybody doing today? Coming back at you with another video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I have right here um, Coen Naninck's community tab. I want to talk about, I have a question in my mind. Coen Naninck is a YouTuber on here. I spoke about him before in another one of my videos, and I'll probably put that link to that video in my description box. He is a YouTuber on here that he's a white man. I think he's from the Netherlands. Don't quote me, but I think he's from the Netherlands. He loves black women, and his whole platform is basically his whole channel is he talks about black women and how he's attracted to, just different topics and, what he loves about black women. And um, I'm going to go on record and saying I do love his content. I like his content. It's always nice to hear someone speaking positive about black women and uplifting black women instead of bashing black women. As I did bring that out in the other video that I did. So I'm going on record and saying that I do enjoy his content. However, I'm a deep thinker. I can't help it. um, I have to wonder, and someone else brought this to his attention on his channel too. I have to wonder if he's fetishizing black women because um, all his topics, mostly he's always talking about black women's physical features, and he lot talks about black women's physical features a lot. Is this a question that I had in my mind? Was he fetishizing? Because it could be a possibility that he could be fetishizing black women, and if he is, that's a problem. Well, I'm going to read to you this exchange that I had with him. This is his community tab. I'm gonna read to you what my exchange with him was, and then I'm gonna talk about it. Now, this is his community, the statement that he put on his community tab, which read, "Comments on it's funny how every time I have this period being in a video erupt, I always come back with new topics. This isn't about my creativity. It's about me saying the sheer broadness and depth of possible topics to cover concerning black women. It boggles my mind every time." Um, After having talked about pretty much every physical and non-physical feature of black women, um, it cuts off from there. I can't get the rest of that. Uh, it's like a poll. It's like a poll on here. It's like a poll. That's what it is. It's a poll. Um, Interracial dating. Where did I leave off at? Physical, non-physical black women and white men in the bedroom, chronicles between them, interviews with black women, and addressing questions from emails, comments, chats, and in-person talks. You think I ain't got anything left to talk about, right? And here's a poll that he put down. Ladies and gentlemen, help. In September, I'm going to push out a new series of videos about white men's reaction to black women. White men focus on facial White men's facial expressions on how black women can interpret them, interpreting their body language when descending to black women, different kind of creepy stares from black men or from white men, and how to know when they look creepy versus they are creepy, brought to you by your own creepy host, yours truly. The different ways how white men make their moves on black women they're interested in, and how to know he's not being nice to you, the kind of compliments white men only gives to black women, and what they mean. How to know how a white man is lying through his teeth in romantic dealings with black women, and the tricks they use specifically on black women. Those are good topics. Those are good topics. And more, some of you have asked how I know what I know about black women and white men, apart from what I've already stated elsewhere. It's not that I have trouble accumulating and remembering the knowledge, it's knowing how to apply it for video ideas, which is how I keep adding content. The topics mentioned above are all based on bits and pieces of things I've observed and learned from and about white men throughout my life, but it wasn't until I asked myself the following questions that I realized how to package it. What do black women want to know about white men, and how can can it benefit them? It is my hope that you'll find these upcoming videos useful. If you would like to support this work, please consider becoming a Patreon, and as he goes into that. And I'm going to read to you this is like a survey. I'm looking forward to the new videos you mentioned. I'm not looking forward to the new videos you mentioned. Coen, why aren't you watching to see him? Well, I didn't participate in the poll. Anyway, this was my, since he put this poll up here, I thought I'd take the liberty of putting my little 2 cents in since he wanted our input. So he wanted our input, so I'm giving it to him. Now, this is what I said. I'm going to read to you. This is what I said. I'd like to see you do more content talking about the challenges that black women had to face: racism, sexism, colorism, challenges in the workplace, etc. Those are real issues black women have to deal with. There are a lot more to us than our sexuality and how we look. I'm glad you find us attractive, but there is way more to us than our looks. We have to endure a lot as black women. I just think that you should be more well-rounded in your content. If you really love black women, you should be empathetic to the challenges that we have to face as black women. And that's what I said to him, okay? He came back and he said, oh no, well, I'm trying to read, no, that's my response. I'm trying to read to you his response. It's not showing, well, that's not good. It's not showing his response to me, which what I was trying to show you. I was trying to show you his response that uh, how he responded to me. I don't understand why that's not popping up on here. Let me look and see. Look at that on here. Okay, he said, Coen, okay, here it is. Coen Naninck replied, Sweet June, I'm not talking about getting demonetized. I'm talking about the content getting demonetized, making a video about any of the topics you mentioned. He was basically saying to the effect, for some reason it's not showing all his responses on here. He was basically talking about if he went into talking about that, he would get demonetized, or his channel wouldn't get demonetized. His video, that specific video, would get monetized. He said if he was to go into that, that's what he was saying. The jury is still out on that one. I don't know about that, but this is another one he read. He said, he said, YouTube doesn't like those topics on its site and will demonetize such content or limit its monetization options, thereby also limiting its reach to search and recommended videos on their homepage. It's not showing his whole comment. Anyway, that's basically what he was saying. He said some other stuff, but it's not showing his whole reply. And so what I said to him was, this is what I said to him. I said, I hear you, but people talk about those topics all the time and they don't get demonetized. You mean if white people talk about it? Question mark. It just seems like you are fetishizing black women at times. Don't get me twisted. I like your content. You just uh don't seem to have much versatility when it comes to talking about black women. Maybe speak more about the gender war between black men and black women, the divestment community on here. What are your thoughts on that? Black female entertainers, how we love stereotypes. Stereotypes, uh, our spirituality, just some ideas. It just seems like you put too much emphasis on our looks and sexuality, and there's so much more to us than that. Black women are already over sexualized as it is. At the end of the day, we are human, just like everybody else. Not criticizing, just saying. Um, and he came back and made, like I said, he said some other stuff, but it's not showing everything he said on here for some reason. And then he said something, and I responded back. This was the last one that I posted. You right. I have not seen all. He was basically saying that I hadn't seen all his videos, and to come to that conclusion, I hadn't seen all his content. So that's basically what he's saying in a nutshell. I said, you're right. I have not seen all your videos, but I have seen a good portion of them, and all you talk about is black women's looks and sex appeal. I just don't want me and my sisters to be further objectified sexually. Don't get me twisted. I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your channel, and as I said before, I do enjoy your content. In fact, I spoke about you in one of my videos. I will post a link when I find it. Blink, blinking emoji. But I'm interested in an I'm an advocate of black women not being bashed and stereotyped and sexually objectified. And I call it like I see it. I've gotten on many black men on here, including my own son, for his inappropriate rap lyrics regarding black women. As I said, we are human beings, and what we don't want is a white man desiring us for what we are instead of who we are as people. My goal is to not insult you, just some constructive criticism as far as the monetization. I'm not sure how that works because I'm still a small YouTuber and I'm not monetized as of yet. But what I do know is that there are plenty of people speaking on many issues in the black community, and they are quite successful on this platform. So the jury's still out on that. However, uh, YouTube does not seem to mind it when black people consistently bash each other. They don't have a problem with monetizing that. I will take the time to check out some of your other videos. You do you. You are all right with me. Be blessed. So that was um so basically, and I'm gonna let's see, I'm gonna go to his let's see uh I'm gonna go to his channel here. Yep, this is his channel right here. I'm gonna show you some of the videos on his channel. Um, some of his. I'm gonna show you some of his content on here. Uh, um, Now, mind you, like I said, I haven't watched all his. He was right. He was correct in saying that I haven't watched all his content. Um, uh, White people misconceive my black woman videos. He came back and did a little disclaimer video after, um, and I don't know if I quite agree with that what he was saying in the disclaimer, because he was talking about perceptions, people's perceptions, something like that. I don't know if I quite agreed with that, but or easy ways shy black women can attract do older white women. I mean, like I say, he got some good topics. Um, um, uh, Black Beauty Queens Night. That's a live stream. Black women want white men. Black Queen. Uh, Short clip. Oh, that's something. Why? So this is some of his content to give you an idea of what's on his channel. Um, Black women deserve less, accept less effort. I mean, so don't get me wrong. Why white men want black women? Um, Black women on my bucket list. Black women on my bucket list. Race play, what works. I like his thumbnails. But that gives you some kind of idea as to what black women bring out the beast in me. So see, it's those types of titles. You see, he got some. I see some questionable titles. Black women bring out the beast in me. I seen some other questionable titles. on his channel. It's those types of titles that kind of make me wonder if he's not a tad bit fetishizing black women. If I'm saying that word right. See, it's those black women bring out the beast in me. You know what? See, and it was some other questionable titles that I've seen too as well, which kind of made me wonder, if he's not a tad bit trying to fetishize black women. And the problem with white men fetishizing black women is that there's a lot of stereotypes. Black women have to endure a lot of stereotypes, and I know I did a video where I read off 40 different stereotypes, and it's more than that. Um, some of the stereotypes are black women are over sexualized, black women are promiscuous, um, stuff like that. And that's why I kind of get upset with some of these black female entertainers that get on that make it part of their image to uh, um, twerk and dress in scantily clad clothes and twerk, and and they make that part of their image because as we all know, black women, we get judged as a whole. We don't get the opportunity to get judged as individuals. We get judged as a whole. So um that's one of the a couple of stereotypes that they say about us, that we're promiscuous and we're um um over sexualized and things like that. And I know that those stereotypes would cause black women to get raped and stuff like that. And sometimes, because of those stereotypes, what happens is when people have already have a set stereotypes in their head about black women, they already have preconceived stereotypes about black women. And when they encounter whatever those stereotypes are, whether it be in a bad attitude or whatever, some of the other stereotypes that they say about us, when they see us and when they encounter black women, they they automatically assume that that particular black woman that they encounter is is those stereotypes, And the problem with the that's the problem with fetishizing, that is, if you have a certain those stereotypes in your head about black women, seeing certain black or female entertainers twerk and stuff like that, and you kind of have it in your mind that uh, black women are over sexualized and promiscuous, then when you meet a black woman, you might perceive her. There are white men that will perceive her that way based on the stereotypes, and that's not good, because like I told him, at the end of the day, we're human. I'm not accusing him of this at all, but at the end of the day, I told him, like I said, we're human beings. We have feelings, and I just think that my argument was that if you really, really care about black women and like black, the way you say you do, then you need to be empathetic to the other things that black women have to endure and everything. And I just thought maybe he could be more broader in his content. If your channel is based, or if your content is black women, which it is, then you need to be covering some more broader topics concerning black women, not just talking about black women, because that's the problem with, and sometimes vice versa, white women fetishize black men, and sometimes when a white person describes what they like about black people, they focus more on the physical characteristics of black people, the black person. I'm not saying all white people, you know, go on the record as saying I'm not saying all, but some of them do, and this is what black women don't want. I've heard other black women express that that's an issue, that they don't we don't want to be fetishized. If you know, now I get it that people have preferences, and sometimes people find, um, you know, People, men have preferences, women have preferences, and they find, I'm not saying he don't find black women more attractive. I'm not saying that, but I just don't want that attractiveness to be based on stereotypes and images that he has in his mind about how he perceived black women to be. And really, you really, at the end of the day, have to judge a person as an individual. You can't judge a person by their race. People are not defined by their race. You have to judge them as an individual, the individual of that particular person that you're meeting, and not judge them according to a group or some stupid stereotypes. So a lot of white people have the tendency to do that, um, and it is an issue. I'm not, and that's in some of the titles that I've seen on this channel. Like, it's when I see titles like that, black women bring out the beast in me. See, it's when I see titles like that, it just kind of makes me wonder if he's not kind of fetishizing us a tad bit. There's other questionable titles that I've seen on his channel as well. That ain't the only one, but I'm glad that one I was able to. Um, for some reason, I can't. It's computered. I'm telling you, for some reason it's not letting me uh, scroll down. That's the far as far as it's letting me go. As far as his yeah, because I'm on his channel. If I maybe go into his playlist, I might be able to, some other stuff might be able to pop up on here. But it's when I see titles like that, this kind of makes me wonder, uh, you know, why white guys stare at black women, and I get that he's trying to educate, and really, at the end of the day, he really can't speak for all white men. I mean, he can't speak for all white men. He can only speak from his perception. Um, you know, um, black women and white men in the bedroom. So it's when I see titles like that that kind of makes me question. It's when I see titles like that, it kind of makes me question if he's not, if there's a part of him that's fetishizing black women, you know. That's when I get concerned when I see titles like that. Because, a lot of these, he's got a huge black female base, subscriber base, and a lot of black women are flattered by, and I'm flattered too, but um, like I said, what we don't want is being fetishized, because being fetishized is not good. Because if he gets with a black woman, he should be with her because of who she is as a person, not because she's a black woman, you know. So, and I get it that he finds black women attractive, and like I said, I'm flattered. A lot of black women are flattered that he finds black women attractive because, yeah, it's always good when someone comes on here and speaks positively about black women, because we got so many people, on here that, particularly black men, that bash black women. So we have so much negativity on here directed at us. So it's always a good thing when someone comes and say positive things about black women. So don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm glad that he does that. He does say a lot of positive things about black women, and I do enjoy his content, and so I appreciate him for that. But I just don't want it to be, looking at some of these questionable titles. Um, I have to wonder if um, there's a little fetish, fetishizing going on there. So if you're familiar with this, Coen Naninck, if I'm pronouncing his name right, I may not be pronouncing his name right, but uh, if you're familiar with his channel, if not, if you want to go take a peek, if this is the first time you're seeing his channel from this video, Let me know what you think in the comment section. What yeah, he might be mad at me. I hope he don't get mad at me for. He know I'm a YouTuber. I told him I was. But if you're familiar with his channel, you're a black woman and you're familiar with his channel, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you feel like he's fetishizing white or black women? If you're a black man, um, sure, I want to hear from the black man as well. What do you think? Do you think that he's fetishizing black women, white women? I like to, yeah. You can also sound out it any race. Give your thoughts because some white women have a problem because that's all he talks about is black women, and they get a little they feathers get a little ruffled because he don't never say nothing about white. He don't say too much about white women. But the important thing is he doesn't bash them. So which is contrary to what black men on here that love white women. They bash black women, and. So that's one thing I can respect about him. I can respect the fact that he doesn't do that. I can respect the fact that he doesn't bash white women, but white men typically don't. White men typically don't bash white women, so that's one thing I do respect about them when they don't do that. But a lot of the some of the white women's feathers do get a little ruffled because he's not blowing them up like that. But they got plenty of men that's blowing them up. But hit me up in the comment section though. Let me know what you think. If this Coen, if you're familiar with his channel, uh, what your thoughts are on that? Do you think he could be fetishizing black women? Just a question. Let me know what your thoughts are. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, like and the share button. And until the next video, peace and love. Have a blessed day. This is Sweet June.